thinking about going to maybe after. No. I'm from the US. My family's from Cameroon. Genetically. I don't know Cameroon. All right. What's up? Where should I be looking?
You should be looking there.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of We Them Niggas. Today we're out here at Ethiopia. The hackathon has kicked off this past Monday. Teams have been formalizing, and I'm here with James.
Amazing, James Wasonga. I'm a developer from Kenyan, software blockchain developer.
And how are you doing today?
I'm very pleased. It's very amazing being in Ethiopia. Yeah, it's very cool.
When did you arrive in town?
Okay, I arrived in Ethiopia. That was by second. I flight by first, and I arrived in Ethiopia by second of this month.
Okay, and how have you been finding? You've been here 10 days now or so?
Yeah, it's 10 days approximately. Yeah, 10 days. So it's been amazing meeting new faces, meeting new developers, interacting with the team, getting to build as a team. Very pleased and building on my own.
And from our audience who don't know what a hackathon is, what is a hackathon?
Hackathon is just like a hackathon is like a coalition where developers come together, like try to come up with the new solutions, a unique solution from any other solution that aims at solving real world problems. So the key thing of hackathon is just to enable check on the capability of developers as developers to be able to come up with a new unique idea to solve current real world problems. Yeah.
And you told me you've been in the space now around 3 years.
Yeah, sure.
And so, around when did you first hear about blockchain, and when did you first start becoming curious or more engaged?
Okay, thank you. The first time I heard about blockchain, that was when I wanted to transition to blockchain. That was in 2022.
Can you slow down a little bit?
Yeah.
I talk fast too, so it's okay.
So it was by 2022 when I first joined university. So I got to meet Maceo and Maceo. They are like the ones who are heading Web3 clubs Kenya. So they got to introduce me about what the blockchain is all about, what blockchain does that Web2 can do. So there they onboarded us several people to the second port by then, that was Solidity port, Ethereum based as blockchain. So we were able to build on Ethereum, know about blockchain and what it does, and came up with application. That's the first time I built a world application that was a real estate, known as real chain, to be able to enable people across the world to be able to buy property and lease their property within the chain.
Yeah. And so for most people who even have any idea of crypto, the only thing they really know is Bitcoin. But you just mentioned Ethereum, and this hackathon is all around Ethereum. Can you put in your own words what Ethereum is?
Okay, thank you. Basically, when you talk about to differentiate what Ethereum is different from blockchain, from Bitcoin to me, Bitcoin is the first blockchain, the first crypto to come through. But the big thing why Ethereum came about is like in Bitcoin, we could be able to write contracts within the Bitcoin as a whole. It was just made to, the use case of Bitcoin was to enable currency, so it's more like a cryptocurrency use case. But Ethereum came about like, they saw the need like, can this developer be able to build on the chain? Can they be able to build something, build a blockchain? So there whereby Ethereum came about to ease the developers to be able to write on chain, to be able to deploy contracts, to be able to interact and create that. So the use case of Ethereum itself, as well as the use case of Ethereum was now to bring the reality of developers to developing blockchain. Yeah. So unless although it's also another, the key use case was like to enable developers to build on blockchain to know how blockchain was all about. Then again, another use case was now the crypto itself, the coin itself, the Ethereum coin. And the key use case was to differentiate it from Bitcoin, which the aim of Bitcoin was like mainly the crypto use case itself, the demand of crypto itself.
And so what can you do with Ethereum now that you can't do with Bitcoin?
Yeah, the same thing. What you can do in Ethereum that you can do with Bitcoin. In Ethereum, you can develop and build applications in Ethereum. You can't be able to build on Bitcoin. You want to be able to build on Bitcoin, but you can build on Ethereum and create apps on Ethereum. So that's why the second layer, the second chain of blockchain, the Ethereum itself, gives the developers opportunity and advantage to be able to build and know what blockchain is all about to interact with the nodes.
Yeah, I really appreciate you giving that nuanced breakdown. I feel like for a lot of people that can be hard to digest. And so I'm curious, all that being said, what do you feel like why do we call it Web3? As you're talking about what Ethereum is versus Bitcoin, why is it Bitcoin 2? Why is it Web3? This stuff that we're talking about.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the way it's called Web3, to make it more understandable, the normal builders usually building when they start, it's usually the Web 2. Then Web 2 usually had Web 1. Well, Web 1 was like where a person could be, let me just make it different so others will be able to know what Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3 is all about. So the Web 1, in Web 1, one could only be able to read, like to see what's all, you can't be able to do anything that, but then in Web 2, you could be able to read, write, and do anything like possibly within, develop applications within. Then there came Web 3. So what Web 3 could be able to do that Web 2 could not do is that in Web 3, it was now decentralized. It was now from Web 2, which is centralized autonomous, where you have to have a database, somebody controlling the database for you. But in Web 3 now, it's more like everything was on chain, on blocks, like everybody will be able to access data. It's like public data, but with confidentiality. And the data is all about, it's a decentralized, it's nobody's control. So that's what Web 3 is all about. It's about decentralization and security of data, and security of users and use case, all about what you entail. So Web 3 is more like a highlight to Web 2, advanced Web 2, in such a way that it doesn't have to have a manual database. All databases are integrated with a smart contract, like the Web 3 itself. Like, so the key aim for coming with Web 3 to enable decentralization and security and transparency to us, or to be able to see what the change is all about.
Yeah, and a very impressive response. I appreciate you breaking that down so well. I myself got into this space around 3 years ago, but I'm non-technical, and I think for a lot of people, they can wrap their head around the concepts of the technology, or at least like decentralization, these values. But I think it's still hard to know whether or not at the foundation this technology is fulfilling on its vision, and whether or not that value proposition is actually like real today.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's true? Do you feel like Web3 is doing what it's designed to do? Do you feel like Ethereum is fulfilling on its vision today?
Yeah, that's a great, it's doing what it should be doing. It's like it's fulfilling the use case. It's doing what it should do as past aspect of developers. It's the second, like, let me say Ethereum is now the main key chain of developers united to building. So if everybody comes across the world, if it's a person which are building in, every developer when it comes to ground, they always say I'm building Ethereum.
Yeah.
Ethereum is the mother, like they know what Ethereum is all about, because it's the first key use case to come about, the first chain before the other chains, Solana and the rest came about. Ethereum came about to be able to enable developers to build. So every developers know about Ethereum. It's the first visually developers came to introduce to when they came from Web 2. So it's doing what it's supposed to do to enable developers to build the blockchain. So I'm very proud of Ethereum being able to implement the use case that's really,
I guess, what is your perspective on some of the other layer ones? Like, do you feel like they are a part of this future as well? Do you ever find yourself being interested in building on other layer ones? Ethereum being a layer one.
Yeah, sure. I'm very proud. Like, blockchain is blockchain. What blockchain does, others can also do, unless there's several key aspects others may be missing. But I'm very proud. Once a blockchain developer, you're capable of shifting to any chain. Like, you're capable of transitioning to every chain you wish to transition to. So I'm very proud. I'm confident. Like, even other chains are better. Like, all chains are good. Like, they're perfect. They can't be upgrade one chain than the other. So, like, I'm flexible to developing in any chain. Like, I've developed in several chains. So I'm very confident that I'm proud other chains are also best.
I'm curious to hear how you feel people see crypto, blockchain, and Kenyan.
Yeah. So people in Kenya, like, let me say blockchain is now not only in Kenya, blockchain is now the world moving protocol, like the world moving, like, when I say the world moving, like everybody in the world now knows what blockchain is. Several countries are implementing the blockchain implementation within their governance, within what they do as the public. Like, if you get to a country, several countries now, before then, nobody knew about blockchain. Like, people are not integrating now. So there are several Bitcoin mining machines within the country. So it's like blockchain, not only in Kenya, but proud as that Kenya, though blockchain is now advanced in Kenya more than it was before. But I think to other countries also it's more moving as hybrid. It's like going up. So blockchain. It's super amazing chain, like.
Yeah, it's okay. Wait 1 second. What happened? Did the camera turn off?
The camera turned off though.
Okay, it turned off.
Off. The batteries.
Yeah, So I'll get one.
Huh?
I'll go grab one.
Okay. So we're gonna cut it somewhere. Some of that'll be like 30 seconds. It's gonna be cut off. Yeah, this is the last 30 seconds.
Oh, no.
Because it wasn't not recording.
No.
Hmm?
It's